came 2 years. It was like he got himself kicked out of school the second or third day so that he could go to the alternative school. So it's Christmas, are you gonna be with your family? Well, no, not really. Oh, okay. Well, do you have brothers and sisters? Well, I had a brother, a little brother. I said, oh, okay. So, but you said you had a little brother. What happened? Well, my mom killed him. She was standing at the door to our apartment with the key in her hand, and he was about 2.5 years old, and he was screaming and fussing, and she beat him to death. And I was like, totally flipped. I didn't even know what to say. I realized that right down the street from here was an alternative school. Didn't really understand what an alternative school was. So I started working with these kids and found that they were truly amazing. And so I started a video production class here that works with between 15 to 20 students that have made bad choices, been expelled from regular school. When these kids come, frankly, they have failed at just about everything they have tried to do. When we start the class out, we try to find a subject that the students are connected to, that we're producing a video that has some relevance to them and to their lives. And so the kids wanted, this particular group of kids, as we went through it, they wanted to do a piece on a robbery at an ATM machine. And I'm like, oh God, how are we gonna pull any value out of that? And so my wife, I was talking to her about it, and she's like, well, why are you resisting? She says, most of the time we watch cops and robber shows all the time. Let's let them do it. Find a way to make it meaningful. So what I did is I made a deal with them. I cut a deal with them. I said, okay, we'll do the cops and robber things, and some of you will play the robbers, some of you will play the victims. We'll find an ATM machine to do this at so we can have location shots. But you have to agree to let me interview you one-on-one, and you answer my questions based on the role you play in the video. So this one young man was a natural-born leader in the group. Really neat guy. And I interviewed him in the little interview room we set up. And I said to him, okay, so Thomas, you got up this morning. What made you decide? What were you thinking? Why did you think this was a good idea to rob someone? And he went on to talk about the fact that he got up and that, well, he decided not to go to school, that he would hang out on the street with his friend Eddie, doing and selling drugs. And, you know, he needed the money. But at one point, the conversation turned, and he turned and looked at me and said, you know, if I hadn't dropped out of school and hung out on the street corner with my friend Eddie, I might still have my bright future. And of course, he completely shut me down. Completely shut me down. So the miracle occurred when we have a culminating event at the end of the semester, and we have 75 fellow students and the original group that made the video here, as well as teachers. And these kids get to see themselves speaking incredible wisdom to themselves. So you run into these stories, and I ask myself all the time, why am I doing this? Because these kids are so amazing. They are truly phenomenal. And if I can somehow help reflect back at them how amazing they are, if I can shine a mirror so they can see themselves as amazing for just 5 seconds, that makes it worthwhile.